Alright YouTube, so aftermath of the rollover from the other day. This is the dry bulk tanker. It's got plastic pellets in it. Not sure how much weight. It's fully loaded. It's probably 46, 47, I don't know. We'll see what the scale says when we pick it up. So as you can see, the whole front structure of the trailer was ripped off. The landing gear is busted. And then the suspension as well is all busted loose. So that is why we just left it on its side and laid it on this trailer to get it back here. There was nothing structural. We could have put the dolly under the rear of it, but there's no structure in the front to tow it from, so we just laid it on the side. This is what it looks like. So I'm going to pick it up and mid-air roll it is my thought process. I've never mid-air rolled something this heavy before. So the rigging, we have the mains going to the backside. Those are 7/8, they're good for 22,000. You have the auxiliaries, those are 5/8. They're good for 11,000, but they're doubled. So we got 22,000 on all four corners. The thing when you're lifting from 4 points of something that's rigid is you're never going to keep equal pressure on all 4 points. So at one point something's going to have more weight than the others. So you got to be mindful of that. And one thing when you do the 4 lines to the end of the boom that I like to do, whether you need it weight wise or not, if you double the auxiliary winches are 22,000 pound winches and the mains are 60,000 pound winches. So the auxiliaries are way faster. So if you double the line, it slows them down closer to the speed of the mains. So it makes it a little easier to work things back and forth. So I'm gonna get set this up. I'll probably just do a time lapse of when it's actually in the air, see what that looks like. So stand by. All right, let's start tugging on some stuff. So the reason I wanted to do this with one truck, obviously we have 3 rotators, but practice mainly. This isn't something you get the opportunity to do very often. So I'll take the opportunity to do it in a controlled environment. It's probably not going to be a pretty deal, but so we have 87,000 pounds capacity right there. I'm gonna have to get more stick out, get it away from the truck. But one thing I learned in Wreckmaster, I always say check your chains, put some tension on your chains and look at everything. But there's an acronym I learned at Wreckmaster in 2018. They call it SCENE, S-C-E-N-E. It's survey, calculate, explain what you're doing to, you know, fire department, whatever. Obviously no fire department here. And then check your nose, they call it, which would be check everything that can go wrong, and then execute. So survey, we looked at everything that's going on. Calculate, try to figure out the rigging, how much weight we're dealing with, and all that. Explain, there's nobody here to explain anything to. That's heavy. I need to lengthen that. I need about 2 more inches of length on this one. Starting to float. I should have put the underreach down. See what the scale says so far. Got 45,000 on it, and it ain't even close to being up. Damn. It's definitely heavier on the front. Finds its center, it's going to be sketchy. And that chain popped through where I needed it to. That's good. See what the old scale says now. $57, holy shit. Got a lot more weight in there than I thought they did. Well, I guess that makes sense if it was like 48,000 pounds of product. That's not even everything yet. That's the thing when you do this, it always wants to wobble back and forth real bad. That's why I wanted to practice it. And you have the 4 lines getting it to, maybe I'm doing something wrong, but that's always been every time I've had to do this, the struggle that I've had. And then being heavier on one end is always an issue, obviously. It's free. 58,000. She don't want to boom up though. Pull this truck forward and become a very, very, very slow, tedious effort of standing it up and then putting the jack stands into the front of it. Alright, back to work. Actually, let me get a drink. It's hot out here today. Swing it to square it up some. Come on, Chris. You got it. There's a small hole there. Whew. Wonder what my heart rate is. Nice doing this in a controlled environment, like I said. 10 times more pressure on the side of the highway, so that's why we do this. I should have shortened that strap up. See, I ran out of rigging there. That's something you got to be mindful of as well as you're going up and over. So that was a miscalculation on my part, but that's why you do this. It's okay. Wouldn't know if I didn't practice. And it's not like hitting the ball off the tee where you can just go outside and practice. You need in this case, 60,000 pound casualty. And all the weight is up front. I think that chain punched through a little bit.
Right there, yeah.
The shackle did.
How'd that one hold on?
It was fine. I had to set it, I got it halfway up, and then I had to set it on the ground because that strap needed to be on the other side of the manhole cover. So I had to set it down. That's probably what punched that.
Probably, but I mean, it's compromising.
Yeah. All right, we need jack stands now.
I'll go back. They're only like 75 pounds.
Woo! Ah. All right, folks. Oh, man. That was nerve-wracking. I'm good. Hopefully I didn't sound nervous. I was. But. All right, so now I gotta put jack stands under it, and then they're gonna come get the product off of it, I guess. So. All right, thanks for watching. Put all this stuff away.